Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Extinct Breaks Marine. And for this special episode, we'll be featuring the LYKA Custom Extinct Breaks Originals Temnodontosaurus. But before that, I'd like to say thanks to youtube.com audio library for this awesome background music. Please also like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And to be able to support my channel, please do not skip on all the ads on all my videos. Thanks everyone! You may also like to follow us on all my social media platforms. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LYKA. There I'll be posting some of my exclusive photos and video clips as well. So I'll see you there everyone! The guest species contest winners will be announced later on in the video, but for now, let us move on with the making of the Temnodontosaurus. And as with my other costumes, in actuality, I always start with kitbashing, and here you can see several parts from other figures such as the dragon, the medium-sized Triceratops here, and a few other stuff such as the tail from the dewback and a tail from a bootleg whale. And after some sculpting, you can see here some details already placed into the head as well as that of the tail. All we need to do now is display some teeth, but we will have to primer this up and then proceed with painting. And here we have it. It's time for us to paint. So that is the primered Temnodontosaurus. We have some acrylics here, some water, a few brushes, and of course our reference. So for the reference, I actually found this photo in the internet and thought that this might actually look like a good tropical design for a Temnodontosaurus. And although most of my marine creatures are already blue, I think this particular shade of blue color, which is somewhat similar to that of a distressed gene, is actually a good color for this particular creature. The patterns are also interesting, so I'm really excited to paint up this Temnodontosaurus. Okay, so let's start. The first primary color will be a mixture of white, a little bit of yellow, and some blue. So this will be painted on all sections wherein there is a little bit lighter color to it. So that includes some areas of the face, the lower jaw, the all four flippers, and also some parts of the body and tail as well. Once the lighter color is actually dry, we can begin with this particular blue color. This is a mixture of blue, the white that we had before, a little bit more yellow, and a little bit or a tiny bit hit of black. This will be painted on the sections wherein of course you have the blue colors, areas of the back. We also have the dorsal fins, those of the head, and also the tail. Painting the details of the head as well as some parts of the body is actually very intricate, so I try to take my time in doing this. It's easier for you to actually first complete one side of the Temnodontosaurus and then proceed with the other, because somehow you already have mapped out the details that you want to draw into, and then just proceed as usual. So here we're just painting off on the dorsal fins. It's a pretty simple detailing, unlike that of the body and the head. And now we're painting the tail. So we're just following through again with the design of the Temnodontosaurus as that of the reference. And as much as possible, I always try to still look into how the creature or the actual figure is, and to estimate where each of the details will be going through, so that I don't squinch everything up in just one area. So once this is already dry, I then move on to the contralateral side, and as much as possible be as symmetrical as I can when painting the other side. Okay, so to give it a little bit more interest, I went on with a mixture of blue and white to create this sky blue color, and painted it on the areas where the white will meet the details of the darker blue. This gives it a little bit more dimension to the whole creature, and not just a monotone of sorts. Now for the details. So here I'm already painting on the eyes with just a jet black color. I'm also doing this on the other side as well. Now among the other details that needs to be painted on this particular creature would of course be the insides of the mouth, the teeth, and some more detailing in the body and flippers as well. Alright, so here is the finished paint on this one. All we need to do is coat it with a clear coat of varnish to protect the paint. And now it's time for us to announce the Guess SPC contest winners, and we have 10 lucky picks. Marvel Vecchia, Swollen Head, J. Oliver, Cezanne, Isaac Da Silva, Joseph Wardle, Millie Das, Ludmila, Choi, and Billy. And now for our top 10 winners. Miguel Philip Isaac, Victor Gabriel, Zara PKD, Aiden Stevenson, Greg Dedu, Maxim Taskel, Fu Minhao, Rexy Bricks, Mandy Amar, and Mechanic Tiger. Congratulations everyone, and I'll see you on the next Guesses PC contest. For those of you who'd like to join, here's how. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon and then click on the community link to see all my posts. Imagine a dolphin this big with shark teeth. Oh, that's scary. Well, let's move on with Assembrix. So here we have the parts of the Temnodontosaurus. Let's count it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 parts to this Temnodontosaurus. Let's start Assembrix. Let's pick up the head and let's connect the lower jaw. Alright, now let's attach this one to the body. Let's attach the front tooth first. The left one. And then the right. Now all we need to do is attach the tail. And there you have it. Our Extinct Bricks Temnodontosaurus. Let us now move on with a closer look at the Temnodontosaurus, shall we? Alright, so here's the Temnodontosaurus all set up for his closer look. And of course, our Moira here is actually inside the submarine so that she would be able to see the Temnodontosaurus. So here's the Temnodontosaurus on top of the screen for you guys. You see the reference. Alright, so of course, Moira here is actually excited, and this is actually one of her favorites because she is such a fan of dolphins. So any kinds of dolphins, bottlenose dolphins, even Ichthyosaurus was her favorite as well. Of course, she'll be coming back later for some size comparisons, but for now, we can take a look or a closer look of the Temnodontosaurus. Alright, so bringing the Temnodontosaurus closer, you can see here some variety of colors to this one. So we have a mix of grays, blues, light blues, and of course that black. We actually placed some catch lights to the eyes just to make it more alive. Alright, so there you have it, our colors on the Temnodontosaurus. It's quite elaborate, but I really enjoyed painting this one. On the back of the Temnodontosaurus, you can see there also studs. We have a 2x3 plate on the back of this Temnodontosaurus, and it actually also has an attachment on the bottom. The nostril of the Temnodontosaurus is located near the eyes. The eyes is actually very prominent as it is actually one of the Ichthyosaurus with the biggest eyes. The articulation on the mouth would be of course closed and open, and the flippers can be moved as well, like so. The back flippers are static, but the tail can actually move several ways. So it can move to the right, the left. If you twist it around, you can actually stand the Temnodontosaurus like as if it's very similar to a dolphin. The head part actually also has some articulation. You can actually move it a little bit up and a little bit down as well. the head can also be twisted somehow, like so. And that's it for the closer look of our Temnodontosaurus. We can now move on with the size comparisons. And for the size comparison, we're bringing back out Moira here to be compared with this Temnodontosaurus. Now, the Temnodontosaurus is quite a large ichthyosaur, and if you will be actually patterning this with the real or actual size of the Temnodontosaurus, it's just about the right size. I think Temnodontosauruses can actually grow to as much as 20 feet long. Okay, so that's it for the size comparison compared to a regular minifigure or a human being. We can now move on with size comparisons with some of our latest Extinct Bricks creations. First up would be the Extinct Bricks Ichthyosaurus. The Ichthyosaurus is actually one of the smaller species of ichthyosaurs. And you can see here by comparison that this ichthyosaur is just about the same size as that of the head of the Temnodontosaurus. It also has 4 flippers on, sorry about that. It has 4 flippers on the bottom. It can actually open and close its mouth, and it has this prominent eyeball as well, because most ichthyosaurs will have this prominent eyes to it. Alright, so we can move on with the next comparison. We have a bigger one. So we will have to place our Temnodontosaurus at a farther distance so both will actually fit the screen. So this is the Extinct Bricks Lyopleurodon. The Lyopleurodon here is actually based off from the Walking with Dinosaurs, or was it Swimming with with Monsters? I forgot the title, but it's this series from BBC. And you can see here that they're almost the same size. However, our Temnodontosaurus here is a bit longer than that of the Lyopleurodon. Also, did you know that the Lyopleurodon is also a subspecies of the Ichthyosaur family? Okay, so thank you, Mr. Ichthyosaur. We can now move on to the next comparison. And this time, we're going to compare with the Extinct Bricks Elasmosaurus. The Elasmosaurus is actually one of the plesiosaurs that is much more or much larger than the regular plesiosaurus. This behemoth of a monster on the sea is actually really scary. However, I tried to give a variety of the paints for this one and went on with the light green colors. This is actually based off from the Jurassic World game Elasmosaurus. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. This is the Extinct Bricks Tylosaurus. This marine monster is actually based off from the Jurassic Park Telltale game. It is such an iconic creature in that particular area or realm of Jurassic Park, and that is why we recreated this one. It has these spikes on the back, such a huge head, and a paddle-like fluke on its tail. The colors on this one is also very menacing. And that's about it for our comparisons. Now we can move on with the species roll call. Now I know we have already created a lot of marine creatures, but I know you guys do have a lot of suggestions for other sea monsters or prehistoric marine creatures. So I'd like you to comment down below. Don't be shy. I do read them and reply to your comments as well. So also, Moira here would like to remind you all that all these Extinct Bricks creations are actually placed or can be located in our Extinct Bricks playlist. So do check it out, guys. I'm also placing in the links down below in the description. So do check it out. Let's start the species roll call. Extinct Bricks Ichthyosaurus. Extinct Bricks Jurassic Park Tylosaurus. This is the Extinct Bricks Elasmosaurus from Jurassic World the game. This is the LYKA from the BBC series Walking White Dinosaurs. And of course, we have here our extinct bricks Temnodontosaurus. And that's it for this PC roll call. We can now move on with the last looks. The Temnodontosaurus actually came from the Greek words temno, odont, and saurus, meaning cutting-tooth lizard. It's an extinct genus of ichthyosaur from the early Jurassic period. It lived between 200 and 175 years ago. The Temnodontosaurus actually varies in size, with a range of 9 meters to 12 meters long. It is known for its incredibly large eyes, which is approximately 20 centimeters in diameter. Tung tung, tung tung, tung tung. Moira is in the submarine and she has a reading on the sonar approaching ahead. Oh my! It's a large Temnodontosaurus! Well, that's it for our video on the Temnodontosaurus. I hope you guys enjoyed it and thank you for watching. Also, please don't forget to support our other channels, Toy Universe and The Adventures of Moira and Asher. Please like their videos and support their channels well by subscribing. And as we always would say, let your inner dino brain roar! Thanks everyone and bye!